3 signs you are undercharging. If clients always say yes immediately, that might be a sign that you're not charging enough. The number one sign that you are not charging enough is that you're constantly busy but never profitable. What does this mean? So just because you have 8 hours a day that you could theoretically work doesn't mean you should be actually booking in those 8 hours every single day. So what usually happens when people go freelance or start a creative business is that they think of their day as an 8-hour day in a 5-day work week. But when you're self-employed, it doesn't work like that. You have to be thinking about the hours that you cannot bill that you should still be being paid for, like the hours you're working on your social media, your business, invoicing, lead generation, procuring new clients, talking to existing clients. All those hours are difficult to bill. So it's important to think about what are the hours that are billable and what are the hours that are not, and how can you cover your costs in the time that you're using for non-billable work. If you feel like you're booked out and don't have time to do all of those things, and you feel like you're always just scraping by every month financially, then you're probably not charging enough for your work. How do you fix this? It's pretty simple because all you have to do is raise your rate. Think in billable hours. So how many hours do you realistically have time a day and a week to be working on client work? And then calculate your rates based off of this and not off of an 8-hour workday. If you're feeling lost and you don't even know how to calculate an hourly rate, don't worry, we have a free hourly rate calculator that can help you figure out what you need to be charging to meet your fixed costs. And you can find a link to that in the description below. Sign 2 that you are undercharging. You are attracting price-sensitive clients. What does this mean? This is the client that only cares about the final cost and not about the actual value that you are giving them with your work. These are the fast and cheap clients, and they very rarely become long-term partnerships. These projects are often short-lived and are super high effort despite not bringing you a lot of money. Clients that only see the final number on the invoice will not see the value that you are offering them. Value can be things like the actual output of your creative work, so the final product, but it can also be the fact that you are taking this work off of their shoulders, or it could simply be the mental load that you are bearing for them. If this sounds like the types of clients you are working with, then there's a really easy way to fix this. And what you have to do is look at your positioning and see if you're communicating that well to be attracting the clients that you want to work with. We have a lot of videos on positioning on our channel, so be sure to check that out. Sign 3, fear of saying no. So usually undercharging comes from a place of fear. Fear of scaring off clients by naming bigger numbers, fear you aren't going to be good enough to be charging higher rate. The thing is, confidence will grow through experience, but it can also grow by you being prepared. What does this mean? This means understanding your financial situation, understanding what you need to charge, and seeing that black on white can create a lot of confidence when you name your rate. So make sure you know how many hours you have available to actually work on client work. Make sure you are booking those hours to cover your fixed costs. Make sure you know how many hours you need to be working based on the time that you actually have to work on client work, but also create a financial plan, because seeing those numbers on paper will give you the confidence to charge that amount. Pricing strategies have very little to do with calculations and have everything to do with positioning and understanding your value. And remember, raising your rates will not close doors. It will only open doors to clients that respect you and value your work. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like and subscribe to our channel for more content.